Hazbin Hotel Season 2 was just bad. Now let's just get straight into it. Usually I would script something like this, but this time I only have a little list of bullet points to keep myself on track, and if you are a bit curious about what we're going to be discussing, you can find all the bullet points in the way that I wrote them for myself in the description of this video. So anyways, before we actually start talking about all the negatives, and there are a lot of negatives, let's talk about some of the good stuff. The animation. The animation was always going to be good. The budget for this series was very high. The amount of time they had was pretty good as well. The characters themselves, the designs were good. Of course, Lucifer was still a good character. Was. Emphasis on was. The songs are good for the most part. I don't really like the fact that basically every single episode had to have a song forced into it. It's kind of like the Phineas and Ferb effect. Even if they are good, they get really annoying. But that is about it for what I liked. Now let's talk about the stuff I didn't like. I invite you to check how much time is left on the video. Yeah, there's some issues. Number 1, LUTE. LUTE. Goddamn, LUTE. We set up the character in Gravity, one of the first songs, one of the first big scenes of the season, and she does nothing. Nothing. LUTE does nothing. Lilith does nothing. LUTE goes to talk to Lilith, so that both of the useless characters with the useless don't do shit together. It is so useless. LUTE is absolutely wasted. There was so much potential. And all of that just leads to one scene where Abel, Adam's son, just says, "Hey, back off." And then she, falls in love with him or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, LUTE just did nothing. Lucifer, complete character assassination. What did y'all do to my boy Lucifer? Seriously? Y'all messed with Lucifer so bad. Come on. Lucifer was, a somewhat competent character throughout the whole season, and the whole series in general. Especially in the finale of Season 1, he really stepped up, but here, he walks into a massive building with V logos everywhere, and he just doesn't realize anything. He's an idiot! And he indirectly leads to the destruction of a ton of sinners, and a part of heaven. So, come on? That's just straight up character assassination. He was much smarter, and then they just dumbed him down so hard for him to actually fall for the trap. Next, quite possibly my biggest gripe with the entire series, with the entire season. The MLPS ending, God! Maybe it's more accurately to be Adventure Time, but even Adventure Time's ending was extremely cringe. The power of friendship, the power of music, come up with something interesting, God. We already had the self-sacrifice ending. I was expecting that again. I was expecting either Lucifer or Emily, preferably both, to have to sacrifice themselves to stop the mega weapon of mass distraction, or whatever the hell. But, no. They both survive. In fact, in the season, I'm pretty sure literally no one dies. We are a whole season further down the line, and the only person who's dead is still just Adam. Adam! Not to mention, Vox is still alive. Come on, you could have at least killed Vox, but no, he's just sitting there in a dumpster. I'm sure he's gonna come back in Season 3 with some grand plot or whatever. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be there. Season 2 was so bad, I am quitting the show. This is it. I am not putting any more time into it, just because they completely ruined all the potential they had. So, yeah, that's all for me. Hope you enjoyed this little rant from me, this little, rant-style video. I've been thinking of doing a lot more of these in the future. If you did enjoy, leave a comment. If you have some other opinions, some differing opinions, leave a comment. If you hated the video, dislike it, leave a hate comment. It helps me out anyways. Like and subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the next one.